What's up, brother? You guys hear me okay? I'm out in my backyard. What's up, Aunt Belle? Everybody, how you doing? I'm doing this it's a little different out here. What's good, guys? I'm in my backyard. Wish I could hear you. Yeah, Cuber was fun. I'll do another one with him. I'm doing a cut chemist. Doing cut chemist on Saturday. DJ Mike. Hey, Mikey, when are you coming over, bro? Just come over. Hang out with me today. What the hell? Okay, guys, here we go. Here we go. What's up? Let me just try to fix this. I'm out in the backyard. And this is really about getting extra healthy today. Okay, I'm down. 100%. All right, not working out here. There he is, certified health nut. Hey, Troy, I'm just trying to find a spot. There we go. What's up? Tightly Selassie. What's up, Troy?
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm trying to situate myself here in the backyard.
Oh yeah. Okay, do what you gotta do.
Everybody.
What's crack-a-lacking? Where's everybody tuning in from?
Where are you guys from? Let's see. Do you live in Florida? No, Troy. Troy looks like he lives in Florida, but Troy comes from the mountains of peace and tranquility.
Ooh, there we go. That's a nice fantasy. I'm certainly working on attaining that.
Troy, when's the next man plan? Actually, he's asking, but I want to know. Okay,
Right.
Seattle, Edinburgh, New Orleans, Chicago, Chi-Town, Harlem. That's my city right there.
Harlem in the house. Right here.
Okay, there's my backyard.
Gotta get some kind of sun.
Yeah, I'm going to be out of the sun, and then because I can't see you in the sun. Italy. Someone is tuning in from Italy. Che cazzo fare? Così fai? Ciao.
Che cazzo
Buonasera.
Stenjo. I was in the car with one of my friends, and this guy cut him off, and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing in the street?" But in Italian, it was so. Che cazzo fai? Cacenda in the middle of the street. It was so funny, and I didn't speak that much Italian, but I understood exactly what he was saying, man.
What's up, Kenzia Durst? NorCal in the house. The sky's
Stay
beautiful.
hydrated, guys.
Look at that. You know, I was staying hydrated, and then I left my yerba mate up there. I'm gonna go back up there to get it, and then we could begin, guys.
We're gonna do some breath work.
Woo.
We're gonna do some lighting. Get the lighting.
Dude, check this out. Actually, I'm gonna do this for you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I got a kumquat tree here. Grab it right off the tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab one
So
right
is
off the tree.
Good for you? Well, these questions about good or bad, you know, it is what it is. Now, kombucha is a type of fungus or living bacteria that grows, and it's good bacteria, and it can populate your gut just like kimchi. But you have to test everything and see what's good for your system. And I've noticed that all the flavors and different brands of kombucha work differently inside my body. So you're gonna have to test everything. Sitting in nature too, Scotsman, and I feel like we should all go outside. Yeah, go outside or get in the sun or do whatever it takes. I was out there earlier. Hey,
Svet, I don't need to wash it. It's on my tree in my backyard. I think I'm okay with that. And it rained, last night. I think. What do you think about that? I mean, I just eat fruit right off the thing. If I'm growing the fruit, why wouldn't I want to eat the fruit? Why do I have to wash the fruit? Isn't there like important microbes on it? I mean, it's not like I see a pigeon, on a wire up there taking shits on my kumquat tree.
Yeah, here's the thing: we've trashed the planet. So in the moment, in the present moment reality that we're all living in, we have to live in the present moment and do what's available. But we trash the planet. I mean, you could basically make up an excuse about anything because of how we trash the planet.
Svet, I don't think the pigeon is hiding. I feel like it's also important to get microbes just from the earth and stop. So I could wash it with my arsenic and fluoridated chlorinated water. There's no pesticides because I'm growing it myself. So I would be the one spraying pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, larvicides, chemical fertilizers, putting it down, but I'm not. I'm just doing everything natural over here. Okay. Nice crotch shot, someone said. Troy, I've been reading this book that I really like. It's actually your book.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And this morning I was reading about circadian rhythms and sleep deprivation. And I think like you, and I'm, being a little older now, I still feel like I don't get enough sleep. I don't really value it as much. Like the last couple of days, for example, the other night I slept 1 hour because I was painting. The night before that, I slept only 3 hours. So, like I read in the book, it's like, oh, I'll catch up on my sleeping. But you say there is no such thing as catching up on sleep. When you lose sleep, you lose sleep. Let's talk about that. What do you mean there is no such thing as catching up on sleep?
Well, and again, let's go back to the two forces that are governing everything. There is no real bad or good. There's just optimization. And at 49, I'm sure there's plenty of days in your life that you defied life on Earth by staying up 24 hours a day partying. I mean, I lived in Miami, bro. I partied my ass off and stayed up. The thing is that that's the restoration component of your life. So if you want better health at a baseline, you got to get your hydration, your nutrition, your movement, your sleep, your breathing, your nature connection, your relationships. You got to get these things on point and balanced, right? All the ancient sages said, know thyself. So you got to figure out what your body needs. I'm an 8 to 9 hour guy. Yeah, I burn the candle at both ends, but I also, it's the same thing with drinking and my liver and all that stuff. The fact of the matter is I've been able to have some herbal knowledge to counterbalance that out to some degree, right? There is no perfection. We're all dancing in this world, doing the best that we can. But if you want to fine tune where you're at right now, Justin, don't fuck around with your sleep, especially you being a new parent.
And on that note, Troy, I'm going to take a nap. No, I'm kidding. On that note, Troy, do you think that you cannot, what are your thoughts on napping? Do you think napping is a good thing? And if so, what time frame would you
That's a good point.
give? Is 10 minutes? Is there two? Can you nap too much?
A little bit. You're cutting out
What's
a little
that, Troy?
bit, bro.
Okay,
yes.
Then I'm going to move. I love my area, but I'm going to have to move. By the way, that's my fig tree. My lemon tree, my fig tree, my kumquat tree. It's just a lot of trees going on.
And you can nap too long, right? It'll throw your hormones out of balance. So
tell me about that. What does that mean, you can nap too long? Tell me about that.
Okay. So if you go more than 20 minutes, you're going to start dipping into your melatonin.
Ooh.
your melatonin comes out when the moon comes out. And so if you start dipping into those cycles, then your sex hormones and your testosterone doesn't want to come out and play. It's nighttime, you're resting, right? Testosterone, cortisol, these are things that kind of drive life. These are the primary hormonal pathways: cortisol, adrenaline, and insulin. That's why you need to have your nutrition on point as well. But if you're sleeping outside of the boundaries of nature, so if you start sleeping during the day, you'll dip into your hormonal cycle and you won't be balanced. So 20 minutes, cat naps, 5-10 minutes, just laying flat.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Perfectly flat with your eyes closed, you will get the body rested. And so it's just about optimizing. Now, there's always caveats and nuances to everything, right? So, so if you're sick with the flu or the COVID virus or something, right, you might need some extra rest. Sleep all day long. Sleep how your body needs it. The fact of the matter is, when COVID virus kicked in, or this quarantine or this lockdown or whatever you want to call it, when that kicked in, everybody got a whole bunch of new rest, right? And that was good. But our tendency is, we came from hustle, hustle, grind. Remember the octave that was in Los Angeles, especially in your neck of the woods, 3 months ago, right? It was a frenetic buzz and pollution behind it. And now that has dissipated. So I'm telling people, take the time to rest. Rest is your number one healing mechanism.
So that's just a general thing. It's take 5-minute naps or just lie flat. Are you into 20 minutes?
And go and practice your lucid dreaming, because that's really where it's at. With lucid dreaming's where it's at. So just practice, laying flat with your eyes closed, your hands flat, and that's enough to get the rest that you need, and you should be able to dip into a little bit of a lucid dreaming state.
So what do you think is good then? You think 8 hours is good, or is that relative? Like, do you feel like, I know some people that seem pretty healthy and pretty on top of it, and they're getting like 5-6 hours a night?
Who?
This guy that I met one time who was friends with this other guy who knew this guy's, and I was really friends with the dog babysitter, but whatever. No, but you know what I mean? There are people out there that are, I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm getting 6 hours myself. I don't really get more than that. I'm insanely productive. Like, almost to the point where you're right, I could drop dead of a heart attack tomorrow, because I'm just working all the time. I'm nonstop working. Okay.
Well, I think we have that frenetic buzz inside of us, and I would postulate that it comes from our culture. That is, the old culture is dying right now, because we're not all having to frenetically perform. My wife is going through this right now. We just launched the book. She's like a workaholic, and I'm like, whoa, slow down. We sold the book. All we got to do is get it out there, and everything's just fine. There's no like, gotta have a and it's just that constant wire. Why? Because we're wired to chase that paper.
No, for sure. But someone did say, though, not that they know, but I'm sure this is probably half conjecture, half true. Kobe never slept. That was one person. Jocko Willem, the Navy SEAL, Jocko never slept. Doesn't sleep. Or what do you mean doesn't sleep? I mean, how much does he sleep?
I mean, he's a Marine. He's got to understand that.
Well, he's up at 4 a.m. Is that what you mean? Because I know who you're talking about. He's up at 4 a.m. I don't know if that means he doesn't sleep, though.
Human beings need sleep. Who wants to refute that?
You can't. That's impossible.
Look, there's tons of research. My book's not just based on my ideas. The books are based on basic fucking biology, physiology, and psychology. Basic shit. You can't argue with sleep. You can show me an anomaly and someone who performed X, but if you're looking for optimization going into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, I don't know what you want. What's your goal? If your goal is to produce, again, look, if your goal is to produce a bazillion paintings, and that's your goal, then use your life for whatever you want. If part of your faculty is being coherent when your daughter's 18, and you want to be able to pick her up, etc. I mean, and have functionality of your body, then that's a different goal than producing a bazillion paintings. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Josh,
my friend Josh.
Let me add this too, Justin. An overweight body is a stressed body, and if you're not sleeping in the boundaries of the celestial realms, when the sun comes up, cortisol rises. When the moon comes up, melatonin rises. If you're not getting to bed somewhere around 10 and getting the adequate amount of sleep for you, 7 to 9, 8 is the average, right? For you and your assessment, remember what Troy Casey says is bullshit until you look in that fucking mirror, right? Does that make sense, Justin?
100%.
So you look in the mirror and you say, okay, who do I want to be? There's foundation principles when it comes to health. Am I drinking enough high quality water? Am I getting high quality nutrition? Get naked in front of that mirror and literally and figuratively. And the information that's in the book is basic. And if you're out of balance with who you want to be, then make those adjustments with the 9 pillars I stuck in the book.
Yeah, that's a good point. Get naked in front of the mirror in a spiritual, metaphorical way, but in a real way too. Look at yourself in the mirror and see how you feel about yourself, because that's a good testament to where you are and where you want to be.
Well, let me just say this.
Try not to throw up on yourself like I did the last time I looked in the mirror, but hold it in and just judge yourself lovingly.
Let me just say this. I'm running for president of planet Earth in 2020 this year. I need my energy. If I have to fuel that with caffeine and no sleep, I'll do whatever it takes. Does that make sense? I'll
100%.
use my instrument.
Listen, what you're basically saying is this. If you want to live an optimum life with longevity and peace, homeostasis in your body, you should probably sleep right around anywhere from 7 to 8 hours a night. If you want to compromise your longevity, your health, and look, and produce great work, then you could do that. You could do both, but there are people out there who compromise for their work. That's what a lot of artists do. I mean, Michelangelo, I don't know Michelangelo's sleeping cycle. I do know Michelangelo lived to a ripe old age, but I know that he was not the most comfortable in his, it wasn't about his sleep. It wasn't about his health. It wasn't about nutrition. It was about painting. And he was painting upside down, on scaffolding. His shoes were coming off on his feet. He was barely eating food when he was doing the Sistine Chapel. And he was doing it begrudgingly because Pope Julius II was pissed at him for not doing it faster. So he was under a lot of crazy stress. But that was his goal, man. He created the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, his legacy was huge. No one can dispute that. Use your life for however you want. However, if you want a little bit more and you're looking in the mirror and you're looking a little rusty and you're getting to bed at 1 or 12 or, consistently getting 3 hours or 5 hours of sleep and drinking a lot of caffeine and not having high quality water and not eating organic food, and you don't like the way you're performing, look no further than the basics. Yeah. And let me just lay out this for sleep, that for people that don't have the book. Lots of research. This is not my research. A lot of it was done at UCLA, and there's just a lot of research on circadian rhythms and human health. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. is the optimal. Okay, is the optimal.
10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Optimal.
Remember, there's form and function. So stay in the boundaries of what you want to work in your life. If you want to be Michelangelo, then burn the candle at both ends, and who gives a fuck?
This is a good question. Svet asked, is there really such a thing as being a night person or a day person? Or is that something that we kind of, you know, create on our own? Like, for example, DJ Qbert, I believe Qbert's hours are, he goes to bed at 5 a.m. in the morning and he wakes up at like 1 p.m. in the afternoon or 2 p.m. in the afternoon every night. He doesn't, I don't think I've known him to actually sleep before midnight in probably 20 years. You know,
Well,
that's how he is.
That's that DJ life. Listen to
Yeah.
me. My friends that were promoters in Miami and even in Hollywood, most of them are dead or they're still doing that life because that's where the money is. But 20 years later, they follow me on social media, and that life will eat you up. You know, Simon Rex is going through the same thing. You know, so the bottom line is we are not nocturnal creatures.
Right. Right.
You can get away with all sorts of stuff and be Snoop Dogg on weed, or you can break any rule that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Kurt Cobain, Louis Armstrong, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Rolling Stones, all made, you know, rock and roll, drug-fueled, amazing music that is left for posterity. Old Dirty Bastard, you know, some of the most loved musicians, writers, creators, you know, live your life however you want. But if you want basic fundamental elements,
for sure, you need sleep. Bottom line is we all need
70% of the
sleep.
American people are obese or overweight.
Yeah.
An overweight body is a stress body. If you're not getting optimal sleep, your nervous system will be stressed out. You'll be releasing cortisol when you're not supposed to. Elevated chronic cortisol breaks the human body down. That's the issue. Elevated chronic cortisol breaks the human body down. Stress causes disease in the body. Disease opens you up for other viruses, microbes, parasites, etc., to take you over. So just be strong. Be as strong as you possibly can. You want to stay up all night, drink caffeine, and tell me Troy Casey's wrong? Go ahead. I'm cool with that.
Well, very few people would dispute the fact that sleeping is good. What do you think, speaking of caffeine, what do you think of, I'm drinking yerba mate this morning. What do you think of yerba mate?
Yerba mate is amazing. It's got tons of neurotropics for the brain.
Okay.
But it's, you know, it's caffeine intake. You know, I like to rotate and stay off caffeine as much as possible. I was off it for quite a while, and then the coronavirus pandemic came down the line, and I jumped back on it. So I'm doing mate in the morning too. So,
and do you think the guayake mate is a good? I know the Guayake brothers. Do you think it's a good? What kind do you drink in terms of brand?
I think anything that's organic at the health food store is on point. Try them all. They're different. Some people roast them. Some people they're raw. Guayake has some of the best, if not the best, on the commercial market.
And what do you think of, someone asked if you think reishi coffee is good. I think that I could answer that for you at this point, Troy. Not that I live in your mind, but I think that you would say coffee in general is just a stimulant, and caffeine is not great for you, but probably in moderation. Do as you like. Do what you like, not to quote De La Soul.
It's not De La Soul. It's Humpty.
That's right.
Digital
Crazy Legs says, you know Crazy Legs, right, Troy?
Crazy Legs in the house. Yeah, I met him in Miami. And
what do you mean? What do you mean you're fucking with Bustelo? What is that? A coffee? Legs?
So caffeine activates cortisol. Cortisol has a half-life of 6 hours. So it can throw your hormones out of balance. And again, chronic elevated cortisol is a stress hormone and will eventually break down the body and the brain.
Gotcha.
It puts you in fight or flight. You're not thinking clearly and creatively if you're in that zone. I mean, just imagine the magic. Do you ever go on vacation and then
I don't go on vacation ever, but go ahead.
Never?
Barely, yeah, barely.
I mean, I live on vacation, so I
Yeah,
understand that.
exactly. That's kind of my vibe too. Like when I'm painting, I'm on vacation. So in that way, sure. I go on a vacation in my imagination every night.
Well, what stimulates you, like, to come back and start working on masterpieces? I just
Uh,
noticed that when I'm creating all the fucking time myself. So I don't know what that's like in recent times,
what
but I know if
stimulates
I,
me now, you know what I've noticed? I'm not always inspired. I'm not always stimulated. I just have to do it to do it. And so, I'm always quote Picasso, how do you know you're inspired unless you have a pen in your hand and you're already working? And he also says a lazy artist has never produced a great piece of work. Because people always, the number one question I always get is, well, how do you deal with the mental blocks? How do you deal with procrastination? How do you deal when you're not inspired? Because you must be inspired all the time, and that's really not the truth. The truth is that I do not believe Michelangelo was always inspired. I do not believe Rembrandt was always inspired. I believe that people have to work through the pain of not being inspired. Inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. In other words, you have to push through your roadblocks, your obstacles in your own head. And sometimes, artists historically have pushed through with coffee. Artists have pushed through with weed, cocaine. Oh, dude, cocaine. I had a teacher. This is a crazy story. I had a teacher. I'm not going to mention his name. An art center, and I remember he brought in his work he did for that month, and we were all kind of flatlined. We were like, "What the what?" Like it was just such an incredible, prolific amount of painting. And it was like mind boggling. And I just came to him after class. I was like, dude, I think that's the most prolific amount of work I've ever seen any artist of all time ever do. And he looked at me and he goes, yeah, I was on a lot of coke. I was like, what? I had no idea he even did coke. But, that's the reason that kids do Adderall. I mean, people are using substitutes. I don't believe you need anything at all.
That mumble rap, you think, oh my God, that sounds so weird. And it's like, where does it come from? It comes from fucking Adderall. Drinking lean. Right?
It's true though.
That whole trap vibe comes from, it's just, it's like a zombie kind of,
Yeah, it's definitely it's a very lackadaisical verbal communication.
Yeah, and
but it's
not
cool.
Just Adderall. It's probably a candy flip and a cocktail of a bunch of different.
Yeah, cough syrup. DS
Totally.
Spliff says. So, but it's true though. Like, you can get that same kind of that feeling of like inspiration. That like jacked full of like I feel it a lot, and I don't need to. Sometimes I will tell you this. This is my one thing I've noticed. Sometimes there's ways to hijack and Jimmy rig the system. And sometimes it's a cup of coffee. Sometimes it's smoking a joint. But that, to me, that's all I need. Otherwise, I just need to get the fuck to work. And that Jimmy rigs it itself.
And what worked fucking last year and the years before, 10 decades ago,
might not work now.
This week.
That's right. That's right.
Even so, Snoop
that's
Dogg,
the thing.
Even
like
Snoop Dogg cycles off weed over the years, right?
I think you have to. I think you get burned out on it. I mean, honestly, like I didn't smoke weed for about a month, and then I smoked weed the other day, and I was just drawing all night. Like the thing with me and weed is like I have two speeds when I'm high. That's why I'm creative. Like I'm a productive stoner. I'm not like a normal stoner. It's like, yeah, I just get to watch a movie. It's like I can't watch a movie. I have to paint, draw, or dance. That's it. That's my modality. Or be funny. I am not a good guy. Like I'm not going to sit there and watch a movie. Like people watching, you can watch a movie. That's not my thing. If you're a stoner, this is also a good thing to look at yourself in terms of drugs. If you're a stoner and you're comfortable just sitting around eating, watching a movie and not being productive, you probably shouldn't be a stoner. If you're a stoner and you're just fucking like really doing great shit, and be critical about it too. Because a lot of the shit that you do when you smoke weed, when you look back the next day, you go, yeah, it's not as good as I thought it was. Or I made a bad decision. I made a poor decision. So don't be like smoking weed and being a non-productive stoner. That's detrimental to creativity itself. Creativity is a spirit. So you don't want to be detrimental to your own spirit.
Absolutely not. That would fuck up your program.
Should I get on the floor too, Troy, since you're getting on the floor?
Yeah, let's just move our bodies a little bit.
Okay.
Twist.
Yeah, dude, I'm real. By the way, if anyone doesn't have it, I'm not giving a plug because you're my boy and you gave me a shout out in the beginning of this. I really like your book. I'll tell you one of the reasons why I like it the most as I sit on the floor is because it's very, damn, I'm gonna fuck my fucking shorts up because I have so many stains on the floor. There are so many, it's very easily digestible. Very easily digestible. In other words, you're not like talking in an insular way to an insular crowd. It's relatable and digestible and metabolizable by everybody and anybody. So that's really important. He's speaking to all of us on all levels in a way where it's not hyperbolic, you know, verbal diarrhea. It's real shit. So I think it's really important. He's talking about all the shit that we all think about, but we're not talking about. Like sleep, like eating, like diet, like exercise, like nutrition, like philosophy. We all need to get into that mindset. Shit, should I just take it up? It's really good. I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you. I will make sure you leave this up on your Instagram Live, and I'll rip that off so I can copy it as a testimonial.
Yeah, and a shout out. I got to shout out two people real fast. Josh does a lot of the videos here. Greco, he does a lot of the videos. And also Judith, specifically Judith does all yours. Her handle's Juno Me. You know all the funny ones? All the funny ones? She put some funny ones together of you, bro, because your shit is, not only are you the truth, but you're funny. And funny is the truth. Yeah. You're a weird man, Troy Casey. Okay.
All right, let's just loosen up that neck. Loosen up that neck. Some basic stuff. Tell me how good that feels. Find your own rhythm, guys. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. Close your eyes. Find that perfect stretch for you. Gentle, rhythmic, back and forth. Back and forth. Rhythms in the body, rhythms in the mind. Calming, de-stressing, unwinding the nervous system with simple movements, simple rhythmic movements. Nature is in harmony with rhythms. So find your own natural rhythm. Then we'll twist. We'll twist from side to side. Right? Get the whole. And I got to tell you guys got to buy a meditation pillow like this with the bean bag, the barley holes in it, because it's really good for your posture. You know, I see all my family, they're sitting in their little chairs and they're on the tabletops with their laptop and they're, you know, like that. But this splays everything open. Opens up the hip flexors. And you can do it anywhere. Just get a tripod for your phone if you're working on the phone. We're getting rid of our couch. And we're getting all meditation pillows.
Oh, that's cool. Man, I was on it.
It's much healthier. Plus, getting up and down from seated positions, you know, is a full workout. You know, it's good for the body to get up and down. I slept on the floor while I was divorced for two years. Have you finished the book yet, man? It goes through all my divorce stuff.
No, I didn't get through the book yet.
Okay.
I will though. I'm excited. I'm skipping around too, like because when I saw this morning, I saw sleep. I was like, let me get right to sleep because I want to get into it a little bit. So, but I'll read the whole thing. I'll peruse the whole thing and digest it.
Okay, we're doing shoulder rolls now. those shoulders. Remember, gravity is pulling you down. So you got to activate your own posterior chain. Make sure everything's functioning. All right, let's stretch out the face a little bit. Open up the jaw, stick out the tongue, look up with the eyes. Let's go back to this one. I like this one for the neck.
That hurts. My neck's fucked up. I can tell.
So do it less.
Yeah.
Do it less.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that you did miss in jiu-jitsu, besides being able to choke the shit out of somebody and put him to sleep, is you missed a lot of fucking up your neck, Troy.
I'm glad.
I have chronic neck injuries from jiu-jitsu, and so does my dog.
So just do this stuff, man. Just, hey, look, Justin, try this. Just look from one side to the next.
Yeah.
You can gently just go from one side to your edge.
Ooh.
Lean it forward. Lean it back. Find out where your neck is. Do little teeny weeny circles.
Fuck. If anyone hears crunches, that's me.
Oh my God. That's me too. So just little neck rolls, little teeny weeny circles. Don't ever hurt yourself. Your neck is fragile.
That book, Ripped at 50, that's the book we're talking about. That's Troy's book.
You can get that at the website, troycasey.com. Or rippedat50book.com.
And I'm going to pin it right now, guys. So if anybody...
And if you guys know any good media people out there that can review this, like GQ or the Rob Report or Men's Health, I'm going to send them a copy of it. We want to get it reviewed because this Ripped at 50 is about saving the planet by saving ourselves. As above, so below is the natural law of correspondence. How do we expect the world to be healthy if we are not healthy ourselves? Ripped at 50 is all basic fundamental principles. All right, let's breathe, guys. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe like an animal. Let it out, guys. Breathe like an animal. Let all that dank dirty out of the gut, out of the wring the lungs out like a sponge. They are the largest organ of detoxification is the lungs. They hold grief. Let it all out. You got any grief? This is perfect exercise for that. Exhale all the way. Hold. Inhale, hold. Come back to normal. In through the nose, out through the nose. All right, let's keep breathing, guys. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Lie down if you haven't done this before. If you're getting tingly and lightheaded, go ahead and lie down. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep breathing, guys. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep breathing, guys. Exhale all the way. Inhale, squeeze. Hold. Whew. All right. All right.
Woo.
One. Do some breath of fire. Hold your hands up. Your
Hold
thumbs
on.
out. 60 degrees. Pant like a dog and put your belly button up to your heart and breathe
This is
out.
good.
Just pant. In through the nose, out through the nose. Here we go. Breath of fire. Exhale all the way. Hold. Inhale, hold. Come back to normal. And for everybody that doesn't think about it, just go get in a cold shower and come right back. Everybody else, entertain yourself.
Okay, guys. While Troy showers, I'm not going to. I did a cold shower this morning. I did these stairs this morning, though, guys. Check it out. All the way down to there. All the way up to the top. 10 reps. And when I did it, I was thinking about Troy. Because as we get older, we want to really try to preserve our body, our mind, our faculties. It's good to do other shit too. You know, just get your mind exercising as well. So chess, drawing from life specifically, that kind of stuff. Love to you too, Adra Madus. Is that how you say it? So yeah, man, these exercises with Troy are really good because, you know, this is kind of the shit that I don't really like to do on my own. You know, there's people that are really disciplined on their own, like I am with painting, but with working out, I've always been a group sport guy. When I did jujitsu, when I played basketball, you know, whatever. So, you know, I think it's important for people like us who are wired to like group exercisers. You know, I think it's important to do this kind of stuff. Follow along, whatever. YouTube. Troy's on YouTube as well. I find Troy to be one of the most, like I said, digestible people who are really can kind of crack getting back into the workout and health vibe. You know,
Woo.
that's you, Megan, Carrie. Yeah, that's a lot of us, man. Like we're definitely. I was saying, Troy, that a lot of us are, you know, this is really, really, really good because a lot of us, people like myself, have always been group people who work out in groups, you know, whether it's yoga groups or for me, it was always basketball or jujitsu. So I'm not one of those guys who just wakes up in the morning and goes, oh, I'm going to do like, you know, 20 minutes of breathing. This is why it's so good to do this with you, because it's hard to have the discipline of doing it. I have so much discipline in my life, but it's hard to take that discipline and put it into all categories. But it's crazy important. That's why this is so important that we do this together.
Yeah, so how did everybody feel? Did you guys do the breath work and then the cold shower? Cold showers. Yeah. This is my third cold shower today. I woke up this morning, gotten one. You know, ice baths are popular right now, but you can get just as much medicine out of a cold shower. You know, do you have good shower filters on your crib, Justin? Because I got the guy.
I have a. You do?
Yeah, he'll come over your house. He sells the housing and the carbon filters.
Okay. I have the water guys. They've installed my whole water filtration for drinking underneath my sink. You know those guys?
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I know it exists. I mean, wherever you get your RO or filter system,
but I don't have it. But I need something on my shower for sure.
Yeah, shower. You definitely want to get on.
Just give me their number.
Well, I got to go find.
Okay, who is that? You or me? Hold on, guys. Is that Troy? That you, Troy? Are you freezing? I think Troy's freezing up. Okay, Troy froze up. There he goes. Yeah, what's his?
I had to go get the number.
Cool. Post the number and I'll call him. I'll screenshot it and call him. I think Renee Palomar's art says bus, but I think you mean BUA. My meditations with you, Troy. Troy's gone. Troy's disappearing into the abyss of the unknown. Okay, here we go, guys.
Okay, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Just
No,
give
I
me
had to
the...
get that. I had to get that phone number. I always mention it, and then people they always want to know, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go find it. But anyways, you guys have his phone number. He works with Billy Ozone. And Billy
I don't have
Ozone's
the number. The number never came up.
What? Here.
It doesn't matter though. Just you could just give it to me on in my DM, but you could put it up right now. I'll pin it.
It's right there. Christian, the shower filters guy. You see it?
Nope. Do you guys see it? Svet says yes. Someone says no. Yeah, I don't. It's not coming up.
Okay, I just posted it 3 times, so it should be there in the comments. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to, hey, thanks so much for supporting the book, bro. And I'm looking forward to more people reading it and, you know, their response. Because it is my swan song to save the planet, right? So nobody cared about my little YouTube videos doing ayahuasca in the Amazon.
All right, thank you, Adramadis. I do not know why Troy's thing is not coming up on my feed. Okay. Adramadis posted the number. I'm going to screenshot that, and that is for the water guys who could put, because I need RO on my showers and all kinds of shit.
You need at least a carbon filter.
Yeah.
I mean, Venice is terrible in Venice, but I can't imagine old Echo Park being any better.
I can't imagine any better, but I do have a pretty intense system underneath my sink for my drinking water.
Yeah, my wife got our system from the Koreans. You know, the Koreans are pretty hip to. We got our air filters from them as well, and so, but it's a quadruple filtration RO system underneath the sink.
Same of mine. Same of mine. Super.
Culligan's probably the most commercial.
Yeah.
And nationwide for anybody else out there watching, you know, get a good, decent RO system inside of your house.
Yeah, man, it's good having this every Tuesday for all of us. I have all kinds of crazy guests. Tomorrow, I have Neo, Troy. I have the pop star Neo.
Really?
Yeah, so he's going to be on at 10:30, guys. If you guys don't know who Neo is, he's also the judge on World of Dance, sits next to J-Lo. And he tried to introduce me to J-Lo the other day, and didn't happen. So it's too bad. But
dude, you gotta paint her butt, dude.
I mean, I do every night when I'm sleeping. But
you gotta paint her butt, dude. You got
you know, look.
What do you mean, look?
She should be a statue. She should be a statue.
We're all waiting.
But tomorrow I have Neo. Thursday, I
When,
believe I
when
have
it,
Flow Master. And then Saturday, I have Cut Chemist, guys. Saturday at 2, I have Cut Chemist.
I want to see the sketch of J-Lo's butt first and foremost. She can make her all skinny way out here, but her butt's got to be all up in your face, like right here, with the New York backdrop in the background.
Yeah, no, I feel like it would be a really good statue, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she'd be part of my statue series.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's see the sketch anyhow.
Yeah, I'll do a sketch eventually. I know we should do it. We should do a BUA J-Lo. We're doing one with Neo though. I'm doing a statue with Neo,
Okay.
which I can't show. And then I'm doing an MC, a DJ, a b-boy, and a graph writer, which I can't show. Did I show you?
No, you didn't.
I don't really show it.
Secret stash. Yeah. Well, no, you're going to show it to me when there's not 10 other people at the house.
Yeah, exactly. It's better that way. Scotsman said, "I love Troy." Who doesn't love Troy? What's not to love?
Thanks, brother.
I mean, Troy, what is the rest of your day today?
I'm trying to lay low, but we've got the books that there's still some that need to be mailed out that purchase them. We're waiting on some kind of like labeling lists, and then you know, I'm always doing social media, so you know, there's a lot going on. We got to stand up for our rights. You know, it's not healthy for me to wear a mask, right? And it's not healthy for other people to wear a mask, and especially children. We need to deprogram the mind virus, the brain virus. There's so much silliness that's going out into our world, and the media is crafted by other people's minds. So I'm more intent on crafting as much media as I can to climb inside. All art is subversive, and I'm just one big ass subversive motherfucker, right? Trying to climb in people's minds and free them up to their own divinity.
Well, the mask, you know, the fire captain had an interesting thing, and I'll tell this because we have very little time. We're running out of time, but fire captain came over the night when Troy was here to watch the UFC, and he said, you know, everybody was buying up the N95 mask, so you know, they just said, look, just wear anything just to get people away from buying that. It was like a bait and switch moment. It was smoke and mirrors. It was more of a costume, and we all understand that the mask is not going to stop a virus from coming through. Just be the actual physical size of a virus and the physical size of the fibers of a mask. It's a joke, and it's also really bad for you, like you said, because you know, you're constantly breathing in carbon dioxide. That's
but the most important
healthy.
thing is, hey, Justin, the most important thing is that we test our rights and our freedom to wear or not wear the thing, and you are protected by the HIPAA Act. For me, it's a health hazard. And if an establishment discriminates against me, there can be a lawsuit. If they discriminate against my disability, there can be a lawsuit. And people have to know that, and people have to exercise their right and stand up for what is right. You can't be going around forcing people to do stuff that they don't want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
It goes much beyond.
Yeah, this is
unhealthy. This is unhealthy for me and my children, and I don't want to walk in a world where everybody's afraid of everything.
Yeah, it's true, and people don't know how to read people. We got 24 seconds left, Troy.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I said that.